Hello, in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to edit in BB Flashback Pro. BB Flashback Pro is a screen capture software which you use to record your screen. Now, when you open BB Flashback up, you're greeted with this. It has a little bit of an interesting interface. It has toolbars up here at the top, and then instead of time, it records in frames. But it also has time in here. But keep in mind, all these little sections are not seconds, they're frames. I just want to say that for us off before we start. And also, if you've ever used a program like Photoshop, you can lock and unlock layers. You sort of do that in here too. You can lock and unlock like audio and frames and stuff like that. To get started, first I'm going to show you the audio. You can see the audio where it says microphone or wherever you recorded it. You can do basic audio enhancements, like you can move the volume up on a selection or the whole track, or move it down. I'd suggest moving it up since most audio on YouTube is not that good. Also, you can import additional audio by going to Add, and then you can just browse to where you want to go. And then once you've selected a track, click OK. And then you can play the two together. You can merge the two tracks by selecting over the spot you want to merge them, and then clicking this little plus button right here. It says Merge Tracks. When it asks you, say yes, where the tracks have become one. And this is pretty much for the basic audio. You can click Record to record from your microphone if you want to, or from wherever. Next, I'm going to move on to video enhancements. Now, the first video editing aspect I'm going to show you, and which is probably the most important, is zoom and pan. Zoom and pan allows you to zoom in into a selected area of your screencast so you can show what you're doing in more detail. This is pretty nice since the audience doesn't have to like strain their eyes to see what you're doing, and it makes your videos look more professional. When you found the clip that you want to zoom into, just highlight over the entire section that you wish the zoom to be, and then up in the toolbar click Add Zoom and Pan. Now go down to Custom Area, and this will allow you to select what you want. Then you can select where you see transition speed. You can select the duration of the zoom. You can move it to really slow, really fast, whatever. If you know more what you're doing in video editing, you can go to Custom, and you can set the duration in seconds or frames. I just recommend using the transition speed slide bar if you don't know so much about video editing. And where you see transition curve, this allows it to look a little different, or how the transition is. You can experiment with these, but I'd suggest just sticking with linear. And then click OK. Now you see this green rectangle here. You can compress it, move it down, and select where you want it to zoom into. You can click play to watch your zoom. See, you just zoomed in a little. And you can always go back and edit the location of the triangle if you want, or you can just delete it entirely. To get rid of a zoom and pan, just select over it, and right next to Edit Zoom and Pan, you can click this red X, which will delete it. Next, I'm going to show you how to add additional media to your screencasts. Up here in the toolbar where Add Zoom and Pan was, you see options for other effects. You can add text by clicking this A in the speech bubble. You can change the font and the size and the color. I'm just going to say. Also, you can bold it. You can change the text color, whatever you want. And then you can select what it's like. You can make it just a square or a speech bubble. You can also make how opaque it is. You can move it down, experiment with that. And you can also do a lot of styles of like the text in your box. They have a lot of ones built in. They have a lot of things you can experiment with. Also, see fill box, gradient fill. They give you a lot of options with what you want to do here, and also how it transitions into it. I'm just going to leave it like this. And now see, here's my little speech bubble that says smokescreen. You can make it bigger by just dragging it out. And also, if you wanted the duration to last longer, you could just select the frames you wanted to, and then add the effect. The next effect I'm going to show you is how to add an image. Click the button next to the text thing to add an image. See Load Image, and you can navigate to whatever you want. I'm going to add my watermark. You can select its opacity once again, make it invisible, make it harder to see. You can use transparency color, and then you can pause until mouse is clicked. You could do that if you want. Once again, you have more transition options and the positioning. And then once you've got it, you can select OK. You can also drag it to wherever you want. This is how you can add your watermark into it, where it's not like Camtasia where it has an add watermark section at the end. Next, you can add what's called a highlight. You can select, like, it will allow you to highlight a specific selection of the video to show what's going on. You can select any color. I think money green is kind of ugly, but I guess sky blue sounds pleasant. You can select the duration. I'll say 2 seconds. I guess the outer color will be aqua. This will be interesting. Then you can select the opacity. I'd recommend keeping it at 50%, and I'd recommend keeping it in oval too. That would probably look nicer. And see, you can bring it over what you want. You can stretch it out. If I really wanted to bring like attention to like the location of my computer, I could just put that there too. And the final effect I'm going to show you is how to create a button. A button is sort of like I guess you could sort of say it's like the speech bubble, but it's a little different. I'll just show you what it looks like when I'm done. It has also the same effects as the speech bubble. See, that's what it basically looks like. You can also stretch it out, do whatever you want with it. And you can hyperlink it too if you want, which is pretty cool, just by going back into properties. And then you could put the URL there if you wanted to. I'm not sure if that will work on YouTube. I don't think it would, though. Okay. And now I'm going to show you a few more enhancements before I finish ending this video. Okay. First I'm going to show you is when you're using BB Flashback, it has this annoying thing when you click your mouse to like show yellow or make like these 2 red dots. Camtasia has this too, but it's easier to turn off. To turn it off in BB Flashback, select the icon that has the mouse in it that says highlight cursor. Yeah, you can turn both of these off, which is what I'd recommend. But if you have them on and you really want to keep them, you can have more options of customizing them too. And also, one thing I wanted to show you, all the effects I added just a few seconds ago, none of them are going to work unless you check Apply Effects button. I figured I might get a few comments about that, so I should just say it. Whenever you want to preview an effect, just click Apply Effect. That's all. Now I'm just going to show you a few more effects you can add on the timeline. You can insert breaks by right-clicking on it, and you can go to delete. You can like split the frame that's just really something for editing. They like lets you focus on things more, like with the audio and whatnot, or moving it around. It's just like an easier way of editing. Also, you can delete frames just by right-clicking over the section and then check delete frames, and then it can give you the option of leave it where it is or shift left. That's how you delete sections out of your movie. Now this is the basic options. I hope you go into learning more about this program because I do find it pretty interesting. Now, when you're ready to render your movie, you have 2 options. You can export it or upload it directly. Even though the uploading directly, if you plan on putting it on YouTube, I would not do this. The main reason is the quality would be a little lower. I recommend just exporting it like normal. Click export. You can put in whatever format you want. If you're uploading it to YouTube, I'd recommend putting it in QuickTime or WMV. And now, to make it a little better, go over to Video Quality, drag it to 100%, and then select Enable Stereo Playback. And then where you see Mode, check it down to Higher Quality Multipass. Next, go over to Audio. Now, it may be it will say same rate as movie, 48 Hz. This is correct for me, but if yours is different from what your mic handles or what you want, go down to Select Format and drop it down. The best format I'd recommend is 48 kilohertz stereo 16-bit. That will give you really the best audio. and then where you see compression, it says use MP3 compression, select very high quality, and then check export. And then you can select where you want to save it to, and that's about it. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching this.